Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Video number 2 for me today. This is a new inventory showcase video of this 2013 200 series LX570. This is a 3-owner car. It's been just north of Houston since new, rust-free car, for those of you wondering. It's got just over 140,000 miles. Really good service history on this car. It's got a lot of the important things have been done over time. Spark plugs, differential flushes, transfer case flush, transmission flush, lots of filters, brakes over the years. Fantastic service history that can all be seen on the Carfax for this specific 200. So we're going to do our thing here. I'm going to speed this up. Again, second video of the day for me, and I took way too much time on the 100 series I just did. So gonna still be thorough, but try to speed this up a little bit. So we're gonna start off with the monitors. For those of you who don't know, we will show that all the monitors are ready to be tested and that this LX will pass emissions in all 50 states. So I got my little trusty scanner here, and Toyota did not make this OBD easy to connect to the way it's positioned in this plastic. So it might take me a second to get it on here. It might help if I have it going the right way. But here we go.
Nice restaurant. You guys trying to make it in the world.
And there we have it. So we have all 9 monitors are active and ready to be tested. There's no stored data in the computer, so you are good to go here. This is ready to be tested and will pass emissions in all 50 states. Nothing to worry about mechanically with this car right there as far as that goes. So here we go. I just did pictures of it, so the car is already almost at operating temperature. But as you see, no lights on other than my seatbelt light. I'm going to go ahead and pull it out, and we will go over the outside of the vehicle. All right. So there's our backup camera. You know that works well, as it should. All right, so we'll start under the hood. And I'm gonna just throw this scanner. Sorry for the bad filming. And here we are with it outside. So, not much to see under here other than a bunch of plastic. Fortunately, they're not like the 100s where all of the panels, either there aren't any, and these are kind of difficult to get off, but sounds like a 5.7, looks like a 5.7, and it is a 5.7. Get a little peep down in there where it's rust free. All right, so we'll start here at the front bumper. It's in great shape. It was just painted, so there's no rash, there's no rock chips, there's nothing going on that needs to be addressed. Looks really nice. Black cars look great when they're clean, that's for sure. Here are our headlights. Headlights are in good condition. Somebody at some point, to me, looks like they re-clear coated these headlights, which actually is kind of nice because it protected them. And I don't even know if that translates to the video, but headlights are in great shape. Our grille, if you've watched my videos before, you know I talk about how the top of these plastic grills will fade, especially in hot climates. This truck being in Texas since new, that is what you're seeing here on these 2 top bars. Really only where you're going to see it, and it's not a huge deal. As you stand back, it's kind of hard to tell. So front-facing camera, unfortunately I was not able to do anything with this. You can see it is cracked. They'll take rocks and different just debris on the road. Every once in a while you'll get one that'll be cracked. These things are hard to find. And so that is something that the car will be sold with. And I'll show you what it looks like here momentarily. Passenger side headlight, so it's in good shape. Again, same thing over here. They sprayed some kind of clear over them just to get a glossy, nice look. But they are in good shape. You can see, the reason I say that is you can kind of see where they did it. But it doesn't look bad or anything. It's just, to me, it's obvious. To some of you, it might not be. So the front of the hood does show some, you know, just normal kind of rock chips, wear and tear. A few little scratches right here as we come along. Front of the hood right here. Let me try this the other way. There we go. You know, just normal little small little minor rock chips that have all been touched up. There are some spots on the hood. Let me find them right here. Let's see right here. You can see that. That's just environmental damage from tree sap or, you know, something being on the hood. Let me wipe off the spots so you don't see those. There's some kind of wax residue on here, so that's a better shot of it. There's one there. There's one right there. I mean, when you stand back, they're very hard to see. The other good thing is this is a good way to know that the hood has not been ever painted. There's also one right here. It's much lighter and harder to see. And where was the other one I saw? Oh yeah, right here. Two small ones. And I feel like that was it. Yeah, so you have the one there. You have one that's lighter right there. And then you have one right there. Again, standing back, there's a good shot in the shade of them. You can kind of see right there. But kind of normal black 140,000 mile car right there. Moving on to the fender. Sorry, I'm wiping this. There's tire shine that is slung on the side of the car. As you can see, there's a scratch that runs from here, goes all the way down right here. It's very thin, so it's not a huge deep scratch, but it is there. It has been touched up as you stand back. There's a shot of it. Not anything major, but that is there. You've got a little minor little spot right here that's been touched up, and that's it for the fender. So the driver's wheel is in great shape. It's not streaky, it's not curved, nothing's going on with that. It does have a great tall set of these Continental terrain contacts, they call them. And let me tell you something, I drove this car after I bought it. I drove it a couple days. I'm a Michelin guy on these cars. These Continentals, ride-wise and the way they feel, are very, very comparable. I don't know about longevity. I don't know if they'll match Defender LTXs longevity-wise, but as far as the way they feel on the road and the way that they ride, it's very similar. I even told my business partner, I made a comment to him, I was very surprised at how well they rode. It's a good shot of the side of the car. And we'll kind of go over a few things here. You got a few little touch-up spots here on the door. These are going to be hard to see, especially time of day and the lighting I have right now. There's a great shot of the side of the car. Right here on the step bar, you can see part of this trim, for whatever reason, is missing. It looks like somebody razor bladed it off, like it was torn or something. Not a huge deal. It's really hard to see. You might not even notice it if you're not looking for it, but that is there. And that's part of the step bar itself. So that's not something that you can just take off and replace. A few touch-up spots right here. There's one right there. Here. A few little scratches right there. I don't know if you can see those. They're very minor. One right here. Right here on this dog leg, you can kind of see if I go back and forth. Right here, there's a small, tiny little dent. The problem is there's nothing behind this. This is hollow back here, and I can show that to you. Hopefully that got that on video, but it's hollow. So my dent guy, you can't get a tool on something that's hollow to try to push that out. So, and that goes back to the 100 series as well. They're the exact same way. When you get minor little dents right here that are close to this body line, you're never going to be able to press those out. And I wasn't going to paint the quarter panel, being that the quarter panel runs from right here all the way up, your whole panel here, and then all the way over down the rail, down the A-pillar. I wasn't going to paint all that for that tiny little dent. And again, very, very minor. I mean, standing back, you can't even really see it, but that is there. You do have a spot right here on this door edge that's been touched up, and a few little spots right here to go with it. Our rear wheel is in great shape, much like the front. Same set of Continentals, great tread wear life left. I would imagine these are going to be a long life tire like the Defender LTXs. So moving on right here, we do have a long scratch that runs all the way down the quarter panel to the edge of the bumper. Very minor, very small, has been touched up. There it is at distance, but that is there. Again, black 140,000 mile, 11-year-old car. Pretty good shape, all things considered. Moving on to this rear bumper. The rear bumper looks really nice. It has been painted at some point. I did not do it, but somebody painted it at some point, which is good. It's one less thing to worry about. Little touch-up spot here on the hitch cover. Bottom of the tailgate looks great. There's no damage, no touch-up. Everything looks really nice down there. The top part is in good shape as well. I do want to show you one thing right here. It's a little dusty again. I just had to pull it out to do some pictures so you can see. It has been touched up. There's a spot. It's, you know, as long as my fingernail. That was a dent that somebody pressed out and did not do the best job of it. It wasn't my guy. I bought it like that. And again, I was not going to paint the whole lift gate for that one little spot. So just keep that in mind. Again, not a big deal. This car is going to be priced really well for what it is anyway. Spoiler's in great shape. Coming back to the back of the truck. Everything looks really nice back here. We will check our storage. And there's our toolkit. Everything is intact. I have checked all that, obviously. All of our plastic here looks really nice. Back of the seats look great. Middle row headrest for the third row is there. let me show the third row seats before I fold them. So you do have your seatbelt indentions, which is common on 99.9% of them. But as most of them, they don't look like they've been, the third row seats that is, don't look like they've been used much. So let me fold these headrests and we will fold the seats. Bottom of the seats look nice. Do have our first aid kit. There's our jack, first aid kit. Carpet underneath the cargo looks great. Nothing to worry about under here. It's clearly been protected. Let me hop in here. So two things back here. You've got this third row seat belt, has a slight tear on it. You do have a little bit of a indention right here on the left rear seat. And the wood grain has 3 little spots on it, as you see, along with this spot right here. All very, minor, but just want to make everybody aware of that. All right. Oh. Everything looks really nice in the way it should under here. No rust, no corrosion. Everything looks good in our jams. Same thing over here. All our factory seams and welds, everything looks nice there. Looking good. Do have our power door. All right, so moving along. Nice, clean, just got detailed black car. All right, so right front wheel, much like the others, no curbing, no damage, really good shape. Same thing on the Continentals, nice and tall. Don't have to worry about anything there. Let me hit this back wheel. Great shape. Nice and tall on the tires. All right, so on this quarter panel, wipe this tire shine off. All right, so standing from right here, you don't really see much. As we come up on it, there's a few spots, and it kind of runs all along this quarter panel. As you see, these are all spots that have been touched up, and with the biggest one right here, and then a couple scratches right there. I'm not sure what that is. I mean, I think either, I don't know, it's kind of hard to speculate. I don't want to guess, but it's not terrible looking, but all of those are there. And again, this runs from about right here. As you see, it just comes down to the biggest spot right here. Whatever it was, it's something that fell off the car. You can see there's a little etching on the glass right here. Not anything major, but that goes along with whatever that was. So, standing back, not a huge deal in my opinion. Do have a little spot here on the quarter, here and here, coming onto the dog leg. Step bar looks all nice over here. Our doors, bottom of the doors, all look really nice. Do have a few spots here in between my fingers. And where was that other spot that I saw? Oh yeah, right here. There's also one right here. And right here. Outside of that, everything looks really nice. Here's our mirror. Mirror shows just a little bit of wear. Spot right here. Again, pretty minor. All right, let me hit the door panel. So here's our right front door panel. It looks to be in great shape. Small little indentation right there, not anything major. You see it's very small. But all of our leather up here, our door pulls look really nice. We don't have any lifting going on here with our wood. Everything looks really nice there. Window. Jam's in good shape. All-weather Lexus mats. A few little minor scratches on that glove box door. Not anything, no gouges or anything like that. All of our wood and trim up here looks really nice. Seat's in great shape. All this is original leather. Side of the console is in good shape. All right, our seat does go forward. It does come back. And it does recline. And it does come back up. All right, moving along. Little spot right here. A few little scuffs right here. The pull back here looks in good shape. Same thing with our wood. We don't have any peeling or lifting or anything like that going on. Window does come down. Have to excuse this again. I've been in this thing trying to do pictures of it, and clearly I brought some dirt in with it. So our seat does move forward in the rear, and it does come back. Leather's in great shape. No tears, no anything like that going on. Carpet under the seat looks nice. Bottom of the seat looks good. So rear DVD, have a little, there was like a sticker or something here somebody put on here. Back of the seat though looks nice outside of that. Hop in here. Rear console looks great. Everything works as it should. Our registers are nice, they're not broken. Back of the console looks good. So you do have the door for the 12 volt down here is broken off, which is pretty common. All right, moving along. Door panel over here looks to be in great shape. Our pull all looks nice. Wood looks great. Again, no lifting or peeling going on up here. Seat does go forward and does come back. Carpet underneath the left rear seat and the bottom of the left rear seat all look good. Driver's door panel is in great shape. Do have some minor scuffing going on down here, to be expected. Door pull looks great. There was a little tiny scratch right there. Rest of it looks really nice. Again, no peeling or lifting going on up here. Leather looks in great shape. So seat does come forward, does go back, and it does recline, and it does come back up. You do have a little wear right here from a seat belt, side of that console. The rest of it looks in great shape. All right, let's hop in. First of all, let me turn down this because it's hot in here. And we are gonna 4-zone it. All right. So, cool box does work. Cup holder does work. Everything looks really nice here on the center stack. You can see the wood on the shift knob starting to lift a little bit. Not anything major, it's actually very firm. It's not, I don't anticipate it coming off, but that is happening. So our auxiliary door does open and close as it should. Go back to cooled. Ashtray looks good, missing the lighter. Everything looks really nice through here. Again, we kind of just went over the climate control. Everything works as it should here. Again, I drove this car for 2 or 3 days after I bought it. So let's go back to the backup camera. I know we already did that once, but again, just so you know it works. So here's the front facing camera, going back to the actual lens that was cracked that I mentioned. So you can see on the left side it's a little hazy. That's the product of that. So you got the right side mirror looking good. There's the full front shot. And then there's the right side as well. So coming back to the radio does work. I'm having to do this in all my videos, but YouTube has copyrighted me a couple times, and when you get copyrighted, you can't, your video is not visible, so I have to redo them, and I don't want to redo them because of how long it takes. So rest assured, the radio does work. I just don't want to risk going through it and getting copyrighted by YouTube. So let me pull up a little bit so this satellite antenna can pick up our radio number. There we go. So satellite works. It was actually active when I was driving it, but it's not now. All right, so coming back over here to Bluetooth audio, I'm just doing this so you can clearly see that it does toggle between all of the different presets. I'm going to turn the rear off. There we go. All right. All of our buttons down here look good. Push to start all looks nice. So we can go through the setup. You can see that all of this works as it should. Go back to info. We've already done that. There's our nav screen. Everything looks good there. All right, so our mirrors, as you can see, are both out. So we're gonna fold them in. And you got your passenger side folded in. We'll come back out. They both work as they should. So moving the mirror down, up, out, back in, down, up, out, back in. Our sunroof is already popped, so we're gonna bring it down and we'll one touch it open. Close. So steering wheel looks really nice. It's not any damage. The wood's not cracked. You're not seeing any heat, any signs of heat, I should say. We can go through our display settings over here. All that works as it should. And I like to leave it on the digital speedometer. This mode's just going to toggle your rate, whatever audio you have it on. So as you see, I can push this and it's going to go through all the different features on the audio side for the car. Again, 140, 464 on the mileage. So let's put it in park, and I'm gonna raise the active height control up to high. You can see it's in the neutral position, as you see right here on the designation of the car in N. So I'm just gonna tap the button up. And as you see, it's working on getting up to high. Once it achieves that, the high will stay lit. There you go. So let's hop out. There it is in the high position. Pumped up. While it's in the high position, let me show off the undercarriage. Really nice under here. Brand new spare with a Michelin on it, never been down. Look how nice all that looks. Differential, sway bar, all that looks really good. Same thing up here. Skid plate looks great. Control arm looks good. CV axle's great. Power steering rack looks great. More of the same over here. Nice and dry under here, no oil. There's our accumulator. Everything looks really good under here. This is how you want them to look. All right, so let's bump the active height control. We'll go back down to the low position. As you see, we're in high. So we'll hit neutral. And then we'll head down to low. There we are. And there it is in the low position. Sitting on the ground almost. Let me make sure I lock this front door. All right, let's take it for a spin. Oh, I am going to engage for low real quick before I forget. So to engage for low, you're going to want to be in neutral, foot on the brake. Then we're just going to toggle down into low. There you go. And that is our, all of our multi-terrain select and our different options that you can go through. I'm not going to go through all those right now, but you get the point. The for low does engage, and the multi-terrain select does work as it should. Crawl not available, I know. All right, so we'll go back to high. And there we are. We're back in 4 high. And the reason that I like to do that is obviously the actuator that engages for low is electronic, and they will freeze up if you don't cycle. I think even in the owner's manual, Lexus, Toyota recommends engaging for low monthly, I believe. So, that's something you want to continue to do as time goes on, just so the actuator does not get stuck. I have seen that a handful of times over the years. You can get them unstuck, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to do it, and you got to have a mechanic that's willing to get it unstuck. Luckily, I have a good one, and he will do that, but we've only done it a couple times over the years. So here we go. So we're listening for any kind of drivetrain noise, wheel bearing noise. Obviously, I know this car doesn't have any because, again, I drove it for a couple days, as I do all of my cars. The brakes feel great in this car, so we'll get on the brakes here in just a second. Pay attention to the steering wheel. On the brakes pretty hard, no shake. No wobble, no rotor shake. Brakes feel great. Again, this car has great service history. Lots of really detailed, service work with this car. So I remember seeing brakes being done. I just don't remember the mileages, but hands off the steering wheel, tracking pretty straight. I'm telling you, these tires are very comparable to Michelin's. They ride really well. I'm not saying I'm going to go out and put a set on my car, but man, they do ride well. I should have gone. There's the horn. Horn works. All right, so let me turn the headlights on. Headlights, fog lights work as they should. 2013 still had the halogen fog lights, but HID headlights and LED running lights. 2014 got LED fog lights and then the same headlight setup. So let me shut the car off, and I will show that the door lock actuators all work. Again, I know I say this in every video. For those of you who watch, I'm sorry, there's a great shot of different generations, 100, 200. If there is a door lock actuator that's in op, when you go to lock it, you will not get a beep feedback. If you get a beep feedback, then you know all your actuators are actually working, so we will lock it. And there's our beep feedback, so we know that all that is working properly. Let me check for factory remote start. I don't think it has it, but let's see. Yep, it does not. So it would have already started by now, but so there you have it. This is our 2013 200 series LX570. Really nice car. It's going to be priced right around 30 grand, give or take. I think that's going to be priced very aggressively for this car specifically. Should have it online in the next few days. And as always, please feel free to reach out, like, subscribe to my channel, all my videos. You know I love doing this for you guys. And yeah, would love to talk to one of you about getting in this 570. You can reach me at 678-454-6060, or you can email me, at chris@hilsonluxury.com, or of course, just hit me up on YouTube and I'll get back to you that way. Talk to you soon.